My husband doesn't know how to do that. Just sometimes a little humor
Get your
can
story
get you
out.
through.
My friends asked me why on earth I wanted to try comedy. I told them I was highly qualified. I've lived through a childhood trauma, an adult trauma, and had a bat mitzvah. I have loads of material. I grew up the oldest of 4 children, but also as an only child. My childhood was complicated. I had a sister 2 years younger than me that was born with a genetic disease. My parents wanted to give her the best care, so they moved to New York, and I lived with my grandparents on and off for 5 years. Note to parents, if you must temporarily abandon your child, a grandparent is a great stand-in. They have loads of free time, they never ask for a raise, and every night is a dessert night. I was a very chubby child. Probably why I'm a dietitian. I know you dietitians are out there tonight. Sadly, my sister passed away when she was just 8 years old. It was devastating. I didn't think I liked having a sister until I didn't have a sister. A few years went by, more genetic testing became available, and my parents decided to have more children. I have siblings young enough to be my kids in most flyover states. To cope, my parents moved to a new city with their new kids to start a new life. They just packed up that trauma, they pushed it away as I moved away to college. My room didn't get turned into a gym or a home office or a storage space. It was just canceled, like my childhood. Don't worry, I still make it onto the holiday card some years. You just have to flip it over to the back, look at the bottom right-hand corner where the pet is usually photoshopped in. That's my spot on even years. They just got a puppy. But 2024 is around the corner, and I already have my hair appointment. My life took another detour in June 2021 when my son was diagnosed with cancer. It was devastating. I didn't want that for my son. I didn't want that for my family. And I didn't want cancer to cancel their childhood. My son is my bright boy. He's my sweet middle child. I mean, how else was he gonna get the attention? Really committed. It made kindergarten very awkward. Hi, this is Johnny. He has a nut allergy and he doesn't like PE. Oh, hi, this is my son. He has leukemia and he's immune compromised. And kindergartners are very good at wearing masks, right? Hand washing, they're great at that, yeah. What people don't tell you about cancer are the perks. School is fine with absences. Teachers are the nicest. And after chemotherapy, no bad hair days. Shout out to Franklin Elementary, I know you're in here. When you're 4 and fighting cancer, you're special. And my son was literally told that every day. I made sure of it. After 2.5 years of intensive chemotherapy, he finished chemo this August. My sweet boy finished chemo, he made it to the finish line, and now it is my job as his mom to make sure he goes out into the world and he is not an asshole. Okay, hear me out. I know a lot of my village is in here and I love you. When my village heard that my son was diagnosed with cancer, They were amazing. They sent us toys, they sent us gifts, they sent us Lego, so many Lego. Please stop. I have the foot injuries to prove it. And then he would go to the hospital and get chemotherapy and get more toys. Okay? He is now toy addicted. He is in step 3 of the 12-step program. He's writing a list of people he needs to write thank you notes to. You'll never get them. I worry he'll fall back on old habits, bum toys from other children. And then there's the dealer, my mother-in-law. She comes around often, has blown through the college fund. I cannot seem to cut her off. My role went from mom to nurse to sponsor. And now that we have all these toys, we must clean up all these toys. If you are a parent, you know how you clean up toys in your house. You bribe your children. It's in the 10 Commandments of parenting. It's right under thou shalt feed your children butter noodles, and right above thou shalt allow your children to skip showers on occasion. You can read more about it in the Old Testament. My oldest is easily bribed. My youngest will do things willingly. I don't have favorites. My middle child is the emotional terrorist. He will look you dead in the eyes. Target, aisle 5, top shelf. He requires Oprah-level gifting. That is what you've done to him, people. Stop. Stop. Food is a good place to start with bribes. Of course, my middle child is the picky eater. Chemotherapy did not help that. I tell him that every calorie is a win. He still needs to gain weight, and my 2 other children eat cake for breakfast. I'm no longer sure who's winning. I've just added food mishigas to the ever-growing therapy list. I mean, what Jewish family is complete without that? You gotta keep tradition. Tradition, tradition. When he started chemotherapy, there was all of these medications. And I was not okay. The nurses kept telling me, don't worry, kids are resilient. I used to try to hide his medications in these mini peanut butter cups. You know, the ones you get from Trader Joe's. We're Trader Joe's people, right? It's like you do for your dog, but he's smarter than your average poodle. And I know that at least half of you in here have a poodle. Or a mix. A doodle? Probably doodles. Lots of doodles. You're all doodle people. I see it on your faces. You know, I can never get a doodle because I can never look like my dog. So doodle is out of the question. I try to keep things fun, even in the heavy moments, like when we have hospital trips. I try to make them gamified. My son is the Mario to my Princess Peach. And red and pink are definitely our colors, right? It's my color. Get to the hospital, 50 points. Find the lab, 100 points. I will tell you who's slowing me down. Sweetheart, I know you just had chemo, but can you pick up the pace? Eyes on the prize. Target, aisle 5, top shelf. I was in my kitchen the other night, and my son asked me for a peanut butter cup with a big smile on his face. I said, okay, tonight's a dessert night. I gave him a peanut butter cup, and he looked up at me and he said, Mom, remember when you used to put my meds in here? As I started to tear up, I thought to myself, I guess kids are resilient. What I've learned about my journey is I negotiate with terrorists. I'm winning at this whole parenting thing because I put everybody on the front of the holiday card. We're taking our pictures next weekend. If you want to be added to the address list, you just email me. And I definitely need therapy. Definitely. My kids will look back at this time and they'll remember being a kid and not cancer. I can no longer eat a peanut butter cup without crying, but my son can.